Hello and welcome to the Kopala TV main news. And now for today's headlines. Change Mindset Zambia urged Minister of Local Government to help stop demolishing of houses amidst COVID-19. Ministry of General Education commenced broadcasting radio lessons for learners at primary level. In international news, Putin says coronavirus vaccine has been approved for use. Join us in a bit for the news in detail. To present the Kopala TV main news, my name is Wabwila Musongole. A non-governmental organization, Change Mindset Zambia, has appealed to the Minister of Local Government and the Republican President to issue a statement that will stop the people demolishing houses belonging to poor Zambians. Change Mindset Zambia Executive Director Geoffrey Musonda told Kopala TV News that this is not the time to start demolishing houses that belong to people when the country is facing the coronavirus pandemic.
I want to appeal to the local government minister and all the authority. Please, my appeal is let's all of us stop this habit of demolishing houses for the poor Zambian people. You know, this is a time which all of us we need to come together and fight COVID-19. Now we are busy demolishing these houses, and then when we demolish these houses, we find that these people they don't have where to go and stay. And then now DMU will now come and bring those tents to come and help them. Now, if you bring those tents, do we have now the social distance which we are preaching about? So let's make sure that we handle these things in a proper manner. Because the poor Zambian people this time, they are going through a lot of things. They don't have money. Some of the people, they have no jobs. Okay, they are not doing anything because of COVID-19. And then you come up again, you bring another burden. I think for me, this is not a good move. Let's all of us find a last solution. And the last solution, we know that maybe these people, they have acquired this land through illegal manners. But let's make sure that we wait first. Let's investigate and find out that, okay, if you find out that these people, they have acquired land through illegal land allocation, yes, we need to give them a chance until we finish this problem of COVID-19. Because that's now we need to make sure that all of us, we are safe. But if we continue doing this, I think we are not going to achieve what we want.
Moving on, the Ministry of General Education has commenced broadcasting radio lessons for learners at primary level on the Zambia National Broadcasting Corporation, ZNBC radio channels 1 and 2, in addition to 9 other selected radio stations in Zambia. Ministry of General Education Permanent Secretary for Technical Services, Dr. Jobix Kalumba, said this yesterday when he addressed the media. Mr. Kalumba, however, appealed to parents and guardians to take advantage of the radio lessons because it will help learners to continue learning during the COVID-19 period while schools are closed for non-examination classes in the country.
With the advent of COVID-19, learning and teaching has been disrupted. And a good number of our children, especially those who are living in the far-flying areas of Zambia, have had no access to quality lessons, owing to the fact that in some areas our parents may not have resources to procure the television sets. This has been very difficult for many of our children who are in the far-flung areas of Zambia. And the question has been, how do we reach out to these in the country? And so government, through the cooperating agencies, has heard the cry of the people. And today we are now launching a very important item where all the children in the rural areas will have access to quality education through the community radio stations, which are littered almost everywhere in the country. And so, allow me to give a statement to the nation with regard to this very important aspect. Countrymen and women, the outbreak of coronavirus disease has been declared as a public health emergency of international concern and has spread to many countries, including Zambia. As a measure to mitigate the spread of the virus, on 20th March, the President of the Republic of Zambia, His Excellency Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, ordered the closure of all schools in the country, including colleges and universities. This resulted in learning institutions closing 3 weeks earlier before the end of term 1. The premature closure of the schools has led to a disruption in the teaching and learning program for the year. In order to bridge up the gap created by the premature closure of schools and colleges, my ministry embarked on the development and production of radio lessons for learners from early childhood, primary to secondary education based on the national school curriculum.
In case you have just tuned in, you are watching the Kopala TV main news. We break for commercials. We'll be right back.
Kopala TV, Kopala, ya buena mumwesu, Kopala. Kopala TV.
My number. Ishusho limentindeaza yama oji orushani. Kopala TV.
Yama oji. Imuntu wandi Yesu. Fwebene by fwebene. Fwebene. Naidede kalasti. Iyako kopala futi yaba kopala.
Manje kuikatashani yoinai. Naena ya kuntambo oronijiviji.
Wala iwe. Ile sangwa patopsta decoder. Channel 98 paku. Ninshi yatubira. Puta menso ninshi yalila ni efidimbwi. Kule izimoli la femunjazi.
So yorilandati Kopala TV tayawanga yama boiling channel wako vatu wachila tamba fe wino. Kwangwa filamba fyambo kupona. Uruwa mfotoro. Bantu ifuma chane we fingi. Fiamu pura fi.
Alula iwe. Kopala TV ni Kopala futi eile kuchalo. No shali mokuba molasti. Elo ile sansa Kopala yonse my number. Ukwambila fipa my number pandula. Lwansha. Kito paketi ke. Mufurila mufuken. Chingola pa chingo begi na chidila. Iwe. Ni Kopala TV, liko.
Muntu wanja pakushongora fika top star we tatande tambela pofi Kopala TV. Pachani o 98 apa kude konkana ne charo bamba to bamba. Ni pate after pate. Wo, pate after pate. Wo. Kopala TV. OG. Kopala TV, available on Topstar Channel 98. Kopala TV, entertainment just for you.
Looking for an opportunity to grow your business? Well, Kopala TV has good news for all small-scale businesses. You can now advertise on Kopala TV's Makwebo. Bonseba na mayo na bashtata. Iseni mulangishe amakwebo yenu pamutengo uachepa nga 100 kwacha. Yes, you heard right. For as low as 100 kwacha, your business will get its peak. Whatever the business, we will advertise. All you need to do is send a text of what your business offers, indicating the name, location, and contact details to the number below. Payment for the advertising spot can be made through MTN mobile money on the number down below. Makwebo, make your business known.
One Zambia, one nation, Zambia Chalo Chesu. Stop political violence.
I am Zambian. I am against political violence.
I am Zambian, and I say disarm all cadres now.
It's not one Zambia if we kill each other. Stop the violence.
It's not good killing one another as Zambians. Stop the violence.
Let's keep the peace in our streets. Let's work to stay one Zambia.
It's not one Zambia if we kill each other. Stop the violence.
Ndimwina Zambia. Lekeni ukulwa pamulandu wa politics.
Welcome back. The Zambia Road Safety Trust, ZRST, says it has welcomed the opening of the Makeni flyover bridge, but cautions pedestrians against using it as a footpath. ZRST says ever since the flyover bridge was commissioned on Monday, the 3rd of August 2020 by the Republican President Edgar Lungu, the organization has received disturbing reports and photos and videos of dangerous, risky behavior involving pedestrians walking and running on the bridge. In a statement, ZRST Chairman Daniel Mwamba said the organization is advising all pedestrians to stick to the footpath under the bridge. Mr. Mwamba said it makes sense that people need some time to adjust to the new world of flyovers, but using the flyover that is dedicated to the motorists as a footpath is a near-death sentence for anyone. In a similar development, however, United Party for National Development UPND on the Copperbelt says it condemns what happened when the Republican President Dr. Edgar Lungu commissioned the Makeni flyover bridge. UPND Copperbelt Youth spokesperson Lazarus Sichamba told Kopala TV News in a phone interview that under the issue of COVID-19, it was not right for the president to be accompanied by a lot of people. Mr. Sichamba has said that the party wishes to tell the PF government to be serious on the issue of coronavirus.
To comment on the issue concerning the recent happening of the opening of the bridge by President Edgar Lungu, the flyover bridge, which was actually President Lungu, who was actually accompanied by a lot of cadres from the Patriotic Front and people from the Patriotic Front. We wish to actually to condemn such event, especially under this issue of coronavirus, under the issue of COVID-19. And as UPND on the Copperbelt, this is what we usually tell the PF, that this is a chipante-pante type of government. This is the government that does not actually care about its citizens. Coronavirus is real, and the people in the world are dying, and the PF government is not actually caring about the happenings in across the world, which is very worrying. And we want to say that the PF must be for once to be serious in the issue concerning the serious matters like coronavirus. We want to tell the PF to be serious. Recently, it was Dr. Chitalu Chirufia when he was at the magistrate, when he was accompanied by a lot of people who were actually accompanied him at the court, and even disrupt the courts, which is very, very worrying. So the PF government actually should be very much serious on the issue of coronavirus.
You are still watching the Kopala TV main news. We take another break and return with international news.
Kopala TV, Kopala ya buena mumwesu Kopala.
My number. Ishusho limentindeaza yama oji orushana. Kopala TV.
Yama oji. Imuntu wandi Yesu. fue bene. Ai dede kalasti. Iyako Kopala futi yaba Kopala.
Manje kuikatashani yoina. Naena ya kuntambo oro ni jiviji.
Wala iwe. Ile sango patopsta dikoda. Channel 98 paku. Ninshi yatubira. Puta mensa ninshi yalila ni efidimbwi. Kule izimoli la femunjazi.
So yuri landati Kopala TV tayawanga ya maboiling channel wako watu wachila tamba fe wino kwangwa filamba fyambo kupona uruwa mfotoro bantu ifuma channel efingi fyamo pura fi
Alula iwe Kopala TV ni Kopala futhi kuchalo no ushali mokuba molasti elo ile sansa Kopala yonse my number ukwambila pepa my number pandula lwansha kito paketi ke mufurila mufuken chingola pa chingo begi na chidila iwe ni Kopala TV liko
muntu wanja pakushongora kufika top star wetata ndetambira pofi Kopala TV pachani 98 pakude konkana ne charo bampa to bamba ni pate after pate wo pate after pate wo
Kopala TV OG
Kopala TV available on Topstar channel 98. Kopala TV, entertainment just for you.
Looking for an opportunity to grow your business? Well, Kopala TV has good news for all small-scale businesses. You can now advertise on Kopala TV's Makwebo. Bonseba na mayo na bashtata. Iseni mulangishe amakwebo yenu pamutengo uachepa nga 100 kwacha. Yes, you heard right. For as low as 100 kwacha, your business will get its peak. Whatever the business, we will advertise. All you need to do is send a text of what your business offers, indicating the name, location, and contact details to the number below. Payment for the advertising spot can be made through MTN mobile money on the number down below. Makwebo, make your business known.
One Zambia, one nation.
Zambia chalo chesu. Stop political violence.
I am Zambian. I am against political violence.
I am Zambian, and I say disarm all cadres now.
It's not one Zambia if we kill each other. Stop the violence.
It's not good killing one another as Zambians. Stop the violence.
Let's keep the peace in our streets. Let's work to stay one Zambia.
It's not one Zambia if we kill each other. Stop the violence.
Ndimwina Zambia. Lekeni ukulwa pamulandu wa politics.
Welcome back. In foreign news, Russian President Vladimir Putin has said a locally developed vaccine for COVID-19 has been given regulatory approval after less than 2 months of testing on humans. President Putin said the vaccine had passed all the required checks, adding that his daughter had already been given a dosage. Officials have said they plan to start mass vaccination in October. Experts have raised concerns about the speed of Russia's work, suggesting that researchers might be cutting corners. Amid fears that safety could have been compromised, the World Health Organization (WHO) urged Russia last week to follow international guidelines for producing a vaccine against COVID-19. We monitored the BBC for this report.
As far as I know, this morning, for the first time in the world, a vaccine against the novel coronavirus infection was registered. I know this very well because one of my daughters has been vaccinated with such a vaccine. One might say she took part in the experiment. After the first injection, she had a temperature of 38 degrees. The next day, a little over 37 degrees. And that's it.
Well, the vaccine is called Sputnik and will be mass-produced from next month. Russia has called it humankind's victory over COVID-19, but the speed of its development is being questioned. These clinical trials started on June the 1st after teams in the US, China and Europe. Phase 3 of the trial hasn't been completed yet, a larger study usually involving thousands of people. Experts tell us that part of the trial is essential in proving whether the vaccine is safe to use and whether it works. Last week, the World Health Organization urged Russia to slow down, and it sent a message to ensure that it sticks to international guidelines, something the WHO reminded Moscow of again today.
Really, I can just say that we are in a close contact with the Russian health authorities, and discussions are ongoing with respect to possible WHO pre-qualification of the vaccine. But again, pre-qualification of any vaccine includes the rigorous review and assessment of all required safety and efficacy data.
However, Russia hasn't released any safety or immunity data of its trial, and there are concerns that Moscow might be cutting corners. There is real pressure for Russia to deliver, as this infectious disease expert from Denmark explains.
I think it's a matter of prestige. This is simply showing that they have the capability and they are perhaps in front of the Western countries. As a competition between Russia and the Western countries going on at the moment in different fields. So this is purely political. And maybe the vaccine will be fine. Maybe it is immunogenic. It has few side effects. But without a phase 3 trial, Russia cannot supply vaccine to the Western countries.
So that's the situation in Russia. Now, here on Outside Source, we talk a lot about New Zealand's successes in eliminating COVID-19. However, in the past 24 hours, it's recorded its first locally transmitted infections in more than
Finally, in foreign news, schools all over the United States are starting to reopen. And despite rising coronavirus cases, many educators are bringing children back to the classroom rather than using online technology. That choice has become a major political battle between the White House and the states, and the students are caught in the middle. We monitored Al Jazeera for this story.
Dream big dreams and you can...
The Trump administration clearly wants schools in the U.S. reopened, highlighting its position with a recent vice presidential visit to a school in North Carolina.
The risk the coronavirus poses to healthy children is very low.
A few days later, the same school's leaders forced fourth graders to quarantine after a student tested positive at a nearby campus, a vivid example of the problem facing educators, parents, and their children. This country does not have a nationwide testing strategy, and it's the same with reopening schools. It's been left up to the states and counties to decide what to do. Jeff Gregorich, a superintendent in Arizona, wrote an op-ed about how excruciating his decision has been. He tried to do summer school, 3 teachers in 1 classroom teaching online. They took all the steps they were supposed to, yet they all got COVID. 1 teacher died. Can he still reopen safely?
I would say no. In my school district, it wouldn't be safe, and we'd have more cases. And I'm afraid that people will get sick, and they'll take it home.
But if he doesn't, the Republican governor says it will cost his district money. So he's been trying to put precautions in place inside the classrooms using shower curtains and plexiglass.
We could lose 5% of our budget.
Like many things now, the idea of reopening has exposed the political divide, with Republicans more likely to want to reopen schools, while more Democrats favor learning remotely. And teachers across the country are getting involved, protesting from Chicago to New York, Florida.
That item wraps up the Kopala TV main news for today, but before we go, a recap of our headlining stories. Change Mindset Zambia urged Minister of Local Government to help stop demolishing of houses amidst COVID-19. Ministry of General Education commenced broadcasting radio lessons for learners at primary level. In international news, Putin says coronavirus vaccine has been approved for use. Thank you for watching the Kopala TV main news. My name is Obila Musongole. Pleasant viewing.